Vazquez has been a revelation. So let's play a new game. I have a new game I wanted to introduce to you. It's the question I would have asked Zidane. I'm going to ask you. So you're going to be Zidane, but with better hair. So my question to you is, or my question to Zidane was going to be before they lowered my hand on Zoom. Vazquez has another great game from Vazquez on the right. Do you think he has a permanent future at that position in the way that Jesus Navas has at Sevilla?
I do. I think, and I've been a converter because I know everyone on this podcast will likely heard me criticize him many a time playing at right back. But I think today, as of today, he just offers so much more offensively into the style that Zidane plays. We want to be a ball-dominant team. So given that, we want to get our fullbacks up the pitch. We want to get them wide. We want to get them crossing. He is integral to that. And so his offensive contribution, it's kind of like the Casemiro conundrum. Does his offensive contributions outweigh his defensive contribution? It's just the opposite of what Casemiro brings. And I would say yes. I think he does bring enough, especially when it's a game like today where we're dominating the ball, when we're getting on possession and we need that outlet outright. I think he does bring enough. And I do think if I'm constructing this squad next season, I think it's Carvajal and Lucas Vazquez are my right backs. I think Odriozola's surplus to requirements. I really haven't, over this sample size we have of Odriozola, I believe that the kid's a good fullback, but I just don't think, is he going to ever rise to the Real Madrid level? The question marks are still out there. And for Lucas, the things that I criticize him on are easily fixable, or things that he will learn over time if he consistently plays this position and just has a coach drilling it into his head. So I do think he could be converted there. So my answer would be yes. I mean, what do you think, Kiyan? Are you kind of in the same boat?
Yeah, I'm starting to get talked into it. And if you told me we were having this discussion 2 years ago, the thought of making Lucas Vazquez the right back over Alvaro Odriozola, who's one of the most promising players in all of Spain, I would have thought that this is just completely crazy. I still kind of do, but I mean, he's been so good at that position that, I don't know what else we need to see. It's not even a small sample size anymore. It's actually a decent run of games against really good teams. It's not even like it's not even like in the Copa del Rey. They're not friendlies. They're actually really good teams that he's playing against. So tonight he had 5 key passes. So between him, Kroos, and Benzema, 15 key passes. I mean, that's the kind of offensive contribution you need week in, week out. And that's what Real Madrid has been used to, in the 16, 17, 17, 18 season, even that when things weren't going well. Those are the kinds of numbers we were seeing across the board. So to get that contribution from your wing back is huge. He also had 3 shots. Benzema had 4 shots, or 7 shots. I said this on Twitter. It's like from the Managing Madrid account, I was like kind of half joking, but I also like half serious. Sometimes there were times where he gets the ball, he has a defensive intervention, he brings the ball up the field. He kind of looks like Cristiano Ronaldo, but like a few inches shorter. And it's like he kind of had that, like he was carrying himself well, is my point. That's my point. He looks confident in in years past, he was kind of like the irrational confidence heat check guy, where he's like, for whatever reason, somebody told him that he was so good that he could do 10 step overs and just fall. But now I feel like it's a more rational confidence. I feel like he's actually letting the game come to him more. He's not being overly superfluous with the ball, bringing unnecessary flair. He's defending well. Again, his defensive interventions in this game were great. I mean, just pure strength on the ball, muscling defenders or attackers off the ball with his shoulder, and then coming the other way. The chance where he hits the post, okay? Tell me there wasn't a certain amount of like grace, or just like there was some alphaness to it. The way he turned and he smacked it off the post, that was very Ronaldo-esque.
Yeah, no, he had swagger there. I mean, he was definitely feeling himself in this game. And I think when I think of Lucas Vazquez, and this holds true for Dani Carvajal too, when I think of those two, they are just unbelievable competitors. Like they kind of have that Michael Jordan attitude of like, I never want to lose. Like I'm going to compete till the final whistle. I don't care if it's 5-0. This is going to be like, I'm going to fight tooth and nail. And you see it. I mean, like, those two aren't afraid to get in skirmishes. They're not afraid to like puff their chest out and try and take a player on. And like, they'll fight tooth and nail. And that's what I love about them. And I think you see that with Lucas, and you see that desire. And tonight, it was more than that, though. Kind of to go back to what Zidane said, his quality was there. His quality was at 5 key passes from right back. Like, are you kidding me? That's Dani Alves-esque. Forget Cafu. So like he was really, really, really good tonight.
I just love if like anyone, like if somebody random like just airdropped into the Zoom call at this second, like thinking like, what kind of cult is this? Or talking about Lucas Vazquez, comparing him to Michael Jordan and Cafu and Cristiano Ronaldo.
I just compared Lucas Vazquez. Yeah, we did Cristiano Ronaldo, Michael Jordan, and Dani Alves right there. That's pretty incredible.
No, seriously, it was a great Vazquez performance. He deserves all the praise. He's been great. He's been a makeshift right back, and he's actually looked like a real right back in these games. So props to him.